What's up, guys? This is a series on how America became a lie, and this is episode 2. So if you haven't watched episode 1, just go back under my playlist to watch episode 1.
So Trump signed an executive order aimed at birthright citizenship. So basically, you being born here don't make you a citizen anymore. So you being a citizen can only be based off you being white. In so many words, if you are not a white man, you are not a citizen of this country. Insane. You know, the white man speak with a forked tongue, but that's all he really saying in so many words.
Now, let me break something down real quick. The word citizen didn't always mean American. And in America's early years, American didn't even mean you lived here. It meant you were white. See, after they stole the word American from the copper-colored people of this land, they had to protect that stolen identity. So they did what they always do. They wrote it into law. Now, the first law that defined American, let's start with the Naturalization Act of 1790. The first law to define who could become a U.S. citizen. And you know what it said? Only free white persons of good moral character could be citizens. Now pause on that for a second. That means if you were the original inhabitants of this land, the so-called Indians, you didn't count. If you were African or mixed descent, even if you were born right here in America, you didn't count. If you were from Asia, the islands, or anywhere outside Europe, you didn't count. So when they said we the people, they were never talking about all the people. They were writing laws to make whiteness the gatekeeper of being American. You see, the system didn't just separate people by race. It separated who had rights. Only citizens could vote and own property or build wealth legally. So what did they do? They made citizenship the new version of a plantation gate. Then came the Dred Scott decision in 1857, when the Supreme Court literally said that black people had no rights, which the white man was bound to respect. Translation: even if you were born here, you still weren't American enough to have rights. And that mindset, it didn't die, it evolved. After the Civil War, they passed the 14th Amendment, supposedly to grant citizenship to formerly enslaved people. But then came Jim Crow laws, segregation, and redlining, all built on the same lie, that whiteness equals Americanness. Now here's the crazy part. Even new immigrants had to pass through that whiteness filter. When people came from Italy, Ireland, or Eastern Europe, they weren't considered white at first. They were labeled foreign, undesirable, even not fully human. But over time, they earned whiteness by joining the system, by separating themselves from black and indigenous people. Citizenship became a reward for assimilation. If you played by the rules, denied your roots, and sided with white supremacy, you could become American. But if you held on to your identity or skin tone that couldn't pass, you stayed on the outside. Now fast forward to now, they don't have to say free white persons anymore. Now they say legal citizens, real American, patriot, same lie, new language. Think about who gets called American in the media. Who gets sympathy when they protest? Who gets labeled terrorist versus defender of freedom? That ain't coincidence. That's centuries of programming. The word citizen might sound neutral now, but it was built as a racial gate. And that foundation still shapes everything from voter suppression to police profiling to immigration policy. Now, hold up. Before I keep going, let me put y'all on a game real quick. See, while they out here gatekeeping history and wealth, I'm over here gatekeeping nothing. If you've been wanting to build your own online business, your own real platform, and stop depending on these systems that were never built for us, you need to check out Wealthy Affiliate. It's not some get rich quick mess. It's real education, real training, and real people showing you how to build an income online, even if you're starting from zero. Whether you want to start a blog, a brand, or just learn how to make money while you sleep, Wealthy Affiliate will show you how to do it step by step. I'll drop the link in the description and in the comment section pinned, because independence starts when you stop asking permission to succeed. Now, let's get back to this truth. So when people say, I'm a proud American, ask them, proud of what version? Because the original American wasn't white, and the legal American was never meant to include everybody. They built a system where citizenship became code for whiteness, and we've been decoding the lie ever since. This is unapologetically my opinion, and in the next episode, we're breaking down the next lie, how manifest destiny turned theft into divine purpose.